Hello, this is Dean Phoenix, continuing with my Death March No Armour playthrough on The Witcher 3. We can see that we are wearing a Skellige style tunic, mixing it up a bit, just in keeping with our beautiful winter setting here as we go and meet Yennefer for the Hindisfal missions. So I decided that because this was a level 15 quest and I am level 20, I am just in time for doing this quest, so I can't be asked being nice to either of them, so blah 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 blah. We're going to end up by myself in this playthrough. Oh, who knows? Who knows? The last wish is like pretty tricky anyway, but like you have to do it one way or the other. So either you have to fail the quest or you have to do it and then make the choice anyway. So I might just choose to end up with Yen. I don't really know. I don't know. We'll see. I do like Yen. She's a canon sort of choice, even though I've never read the books to be honest. So anyway, so we're gonna skip through all this stuff. Blah blah blah. This is another quest that like really interesting the first time, but a bit tricky to deal with things. So on the replays, it's a bit of a pain, like getting Mortbag and getting rid of him and everything else like that. So we have to try and sort out that and make sure that everything comes through. Blah 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 blah. Right, so we get rid of the Mortbag and all that kind of stuff, and then we'll go through all this stuff. So yeah, it's not it's a weird quest. Like a lot of people, I don't think very like this quest very much. In large part because you'll find that it's a bit tricky to get Mortbag to actually like disappear permanently because he keeps respawning. So it depends how you view it. You could see it as it's interesting to try and figure out how to actually finish the quest properly, or you can see it as irritating because it's not 100% clear how you go about doing that. So anyway, so we got to go through all this stuff. No, Yen. No, you wouldn't. Anyway, so we're just going to go through this, get it all sorted. You can actually usually get the quest from the notice board as well. There's a bunch of different things here, so I wonder if that is the Mortbag quest actually that I've ignored from the notice board instead of the Contract of Edelberg one. Might do that first. Just go and see the Sisters of Freya, because they sort of give you the quest for Mortbag as well as the actual missing persons main quest. So let's just go and check that. I'll just quickly ride Roach over. It's not the biggest island, so it's not a problem. Well, hopefully. I mean, so you can choose if it's a problem or not. But anyway, I'm just gonna go for this. Bunch of different quests on this island and stuff. One of them is the really irritating one where you have to save the two brothers in the cave that I just ran past. I can't be bothered with that right now. This one is the that exclamation mark there is the one for what's it called? I can't remember. Can't remember what I was saying. Totally forgot. Yeah, that one, Comfort Mortbag. That's the one we wanted. So let's go and speak to the sisters first. And then you can get the extra rewards or whatever for this. Where is it? In Wolf's Clothing. There you go. When did I speak to the princess? I didn't speak to the princess. Whatever. The priestess. Whatever. Oh, I've got a bit of a cold, so if I sound a bit bunged up or whatever, I do apologise. But we're just going to go and speak to Einar here as well. And figure out how you lift this curse. There's a bunch of different ways to resolve this quest. The best one is to like speak to Einar, then speak to him again and get the truth out of him and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so you can get all this stuff and then you can come back when you've read the diary and whatever else. You can find out his true motivations. Come back, speak to him again, find out how to lift the curse and lift the curse properly if you want to do that. And normally I like to make, honourable choices and everything in my normal playthroughs, but this is one where I make an exception because he was clearly such a horrendous human being, Mortbag. Like, you actually get better rewards if you agree to help him, change him back to a human, get the rewards that get the details about the rewards that he promised you, and then it transforms him back into a human so he's free to carry on, but then you can attack him and kill him straight away. If you are choosing to, be dishonourable about it. But yeah, He's a completely vile human being from all accounts anyway, so I have no problems with turning him human and then cutting him into ribbons, so we'll be doing that this playthrough. I do that pretty much every playthrough. That's one of my consistent choices. It's like, fuck that guy. Language, beg your pardon. But yeah. We're going to go through this stuff. It's a werewolf who can't eat anything. Sucks to be you, buddy.
Wait till he gets a closer look at me.
Yeah, bitch. You tell him, girl. Right, so let's get this stuff sorted. Everything's still active. Looks like it might be daytime now. So maybe the superior toenail's about to wear off. But yeah, I could live without it for a bit. Nope, that is what I wanted. I wanted that tab. Where we at? Beast oil. Cursed oil. Where's cursed? And then we'll do Lord of Invik after. Alright, so, got all this stuff. Skip through this. What do you have to do this quest in? You have to find Craven's body. You have to find Craven's body, hoist it up. She does her necromancy shit. Everybody gets in trouble, blah, blah, blah. And at some point you have to find Morkbag and kill him and all this stuff, so. Tons of stuff. Yeah. Not called Craven, he's called Scarl. Poor bastard. Right, let's go. How much damage are we doing to wolves? That was a crit, so yeah. Right, let's find these things. Wolvies, hello. Oof, that did some damage. Get wrecked. Nice. The hard knockdown, that's helpful. That is useful for that as well. Buys you a bit of space even if it's not a full knockdown. For, you know, the bit of stun is useful as well. Get wrecked. So even if you don't get the instant finish option, it gives you time to, you know, get some attacks in and everything else. And avoiding hits with the hard sweep, as well as raising our stamina regeneration, as I keep going on about with my favourite tactic. Is very useful, so it gives you that bit of space. I like it. I like it. Oh yeah, one of the things we had recommended that I had been doing recently is just quickly going over the build at the start of each thing. So we have muscle memory, strength training, and then we have arrow deflection because we don't have any armor, so important to deflect some, be able to have the option of deflecting arrows in big melee conflicts. You can use bombs against archers as well, been making good use of that. We've got undying and then razor focus, just 1 point in that, because even if you only have 1 point, instantly gain 1 adrenaline point when entering battle, which activates undying, as well as giving you 10% damage if you don't die, and allowing you to build up adrenaline a little quicker. Might put more points into that later, or we might respec. We've got Exploding Shield and Delusion, so they give us a couple of options. I'm not a big fan of Delusion or Exploding Shield. They're not really necessary unless you're playing a science type of build, but I just wanted to get down to Hard Sweep, which is my favourite thing in combination with the Ancient Leshen Decoction. So I've been using that because we don't have Griffin School techniques, so we're not using medium armour because we're not using any armour. So we've been going with that instead. And each of these has 3 points in a blue skill, so you're giving plus 1.5 stamina regeneration per second, so an extra 4.5 in total. And they boost my sign intensity with that greater blue mutagen, so that's why these signs are set up like they are. Give me a little bit of extra damage with Quen, which isn't really noticeable, but it gives Hard Sweep a slightly better chance of knocking things down, particularly when we have either the Froglet Decoction, which we've not been using very much, or the Superior Petri Filter, if that's the way I want to go. Been avoiding alchemy because as much as I absolutely love it, I always use alchemy skills and they make the game a little too easy. So even on a no armor playthrough with stuff like tissue transmutation or endure pain, you could have a ton of health, or protective coating, the Aracas decoction. You could still use those to get about 35 or 40% damage resistance even without armor and make the game a lot more manageable. And that's not really what this playthrough's about. So I've got acquired tolerance because that is probably the best skill in the game. And I do like having the option of using Ancient Leshen Decoction and other things together, like the Echidna Decoction, which is why I don't have Gourmet any longer, because we respect into that. And then for the other mutagens, I've got a bunch of Greater Reds and big red mutagens and Greater Red mutagens. I'm using 2 here as well, and I got those from going to Toussaint early. So there's your quick recap of that. Now, we're just going to follow this blood all the way through. Defeated the enemies already, so that's good.
Must have blocked it.
Doors locked.
Gotta go round. Morkvarg doesn't give up easily.
So, found that new marker for the entrance or whatever else. And we've got to explore the other parts of the herbarium now. So that's where we're up to on the build. It's very basic, and that is well, it's quite basic. That's intentionally so. I had a couple of key things that I was searching for, which were mainly the ancient lesson decoction, and I've had like quite a few interesting challenges, like beating that ancient lesson for the Lord of the Wood quest. Is it Lord of the Wood or is it Heart of the quest? The level 22 quest. Where you fight the only ancient lesson in the regular game in Skellige. So I went and did that very early to give myself a bit of extra challenge, because if you know what you're doing, this game is proving, you know, that if you know what you're doing, you have the correct tactics, you can do a load of stuff that you shouldn't really be able to do if you know the correct tactics and you can figure things out. I'd respect into a deadly precision build. Earlier in the game, used the 1,000 crowns for a potion of clearance. Did that, got a couple of those. Respect into a deadly precision build. Went to Tucson early and actually unlocked mutations as well, which is why you can see that mutations are actually available if I wanted. But again, didn't want to get either Piercing Cold or Euphoria because they are brokenly good early in the game. Euphoria is brokenly good anytime, basically. So using those would just remove pretty much all of the challenge, in my opinion. So yeah, so we're going to do this bit with Morkvarg. We've got the cursed oil ready. Superior cursed oil. So we've got plenty of charges on that. And here's this guy being a general pain in the backside. But see if we can burn him. Should be able to. Ooh, grim. Ow. Right, fine, be like that. The stun's not a big deal, but like, Axie gives even more of a stamina boost than Ard Sweep. So if you wanted to make use of the Ancient Lesson decoction without having any points in what they called. Oh yeah, got him. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, without any points in science abilities, then you could do. Okay, so you could just do it with yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so like if you want to use Ancient Lesson decoction without putting any points in sign, so you could do is just you would just use regular Axie because that's the only regular sign that works with it. So yeah, you can do that. Right, so you can feed him, but that won't work. Just turns to ash. Blah blah blah. Okay, so. So yeah, if you loot him, when you come to looting Morkvarg, don't take the werewolf meat unless you are planning on feeding it to him, because it's a key item, so it'll just stay in your inventory forever unless you actually eat it, which is just a bit weird. So I don't like doing that. Unless you're planning on taking the werewolf meat and feeding it to him, which lifts the curse in a really messed up kind of way, then you know you can do that. But if you want to actually like spare him and get the reward and or then kill him later, you can do it as well. So. Right. So anyway, we've found out that we've got that bit. Use the lever to open the floodgates, and then we've got the other bits there. So you're going to come across here first. And come to this bit. Ah no, maybe you need the key first. Can't remember which way you do this bit, so instead we'll have to use these. I can't remember which order you do them in, but like you can get to like different parts of it. You can open that lever and get under there as well. I can't remember what's under there. Oh yeah, under there might be where you find Scale's body actually, so yeah. Let's have a look. Now, is this going to make me fight Morkvarg already if I go over there? It may do. So I'll just avoid that bit for now. You want to avoid fighting him, so you can get away with only fighting him twice if you do things in the correct order. Not that he's difficult or anything, he's just a werewolf, but it's like, yeah. Let's have a look. Can't unlock that. That's where you find Craven. So I'm going to try and find the underwater bit first, and then come back up. I can't remember what's in the underwater bit, but we'll find out. I can't even remember if you have to go the other underwater bit, but I sort of get the feeling there's something else down there. I'm sure you can get underwater under the cave. Oh, which way round do you do this? I can't remember this quest. This is why it's so irritating, because there's like, you know, a couple of different ways to go, and I can't remember exactly what it is. We'll figure it out anyway, but like, as far as I remember, there's a way of getting under there, so.
The floodgates open, but nothing's happening.
Can we get under there yet? No, right, so we need that one open, so go the other way. What is under there? Ugh! That's annoying me. I'm gonna find out. Maybe you can't get that way. Ah! Never mind, we'll figure it out. See, this is why I don't like this quest, it just bugs me. It's like...
The floodgates open, but nothing's happening.
Open this one. How do you get under here? Is there another lever? Another lever. Oh, I'd normally figured it out before here, so I must be tired. Ah. So which one did that open then? Nope, still closed. There's definitely a way of getting in there. It must be bugging everybody watching it back. But like, normally I can remember which way it is, but I must have just pulled them in the wrong order or something else. Let's see what this does. Open the gosh darn lever. Ah, there you go. Knew there was some way of doing it. Right, so what's down here then? I can't actually remember what's down here. I'm just exploring. Because I know that you can do different stuff with the quest and things, so... You get his journal from somewhere, but I'm pretty sure that is just in the other place itself, so... Longclaw. There you go.
There's moving here. Must be another cave above or way out.
Right, so that's that. I can't remember what you need that key for, but yeah, I'm glad we got it anyway. Because it was bugging me not being able to get down there, so yeah. Alright. Now we can swim back out. The decoctions have only got a couple of minutes to run, so... I need to maybe meditate and reapply those as well. Again, one of the things I've been doing pretty much ever since I got the Superior Tawny Owl recipe, which I bought in Tucson by going there early. You would find that in the normal price course of the game, but it's very cheap, and it's my favourite potion, because the stamina regeneration is just so useful, especially when you don't have Griffin School techniques. Or even if you do have Griffin School techniques and use it in conjunction with it and have really high stamina regeneration, that's a lot of use. Let's have a look. Come on, Geralt.
The floodgates open.
Yeah, so
Nothing's happening.
great. So I've got to figure out how to get this one back now. I can't remember what which order these levers actually do things in. Need that middle one to open again. Alright, so that's that one open. And that one closed.
The floodgates open, but nothing's happening.
Okay. Why am I being so dense? There you go. Jeez, finally. Anyway, so is this the padlock gate that I needed to open this one? Right, that's that sorted. So what do I need that other gate open for then? I guess it's just a different way of doing it. You can maybe open just one of them and then... Don't really need hop-on bells, but they're a slightly rarer one, so I'll pick those up while I can. Damn it. Right, so that's that key open anyway. Can we open this one yet? Yeah, that's unlocked as well. What about this? Does this key open all of these? No. Okay. So one of the other things that we need to be able to do is unlock the hut up here as well. Let me see. Right, there you go. That's sorted. So maybe that's what I needed that padlock key for. Anyway, sorry about that irritating little detour there, but you know. Figured it out in the end. This is why you want to explore everything here, so. Right. So this is where you get the opportunity to ask Einar why he lied to you. And that lets you sort of resolve things a different way, which is interesting. Couple of things to pick up there as well. And you want to be able to ask Einar about it like this before you have to confront Morkvag, because then you can actually get rid of him permanently. So just going to go and speak to Einar now so that I know that that's definitely out of the way. And we can go and deal with that. You probably jump and roll off there, but I really don't feel like risking the death with the loading screens times being so long. Arenaria there, always useful. Need that for making white gold and various other things. You need it for white dye if you want to dye anything white in Toussaint as well. Much cheaper to make the dyes yourself than it is to buy them. They cost about 1,000 crowns each. They're extremely expensive. You will find quite a few just from looting and exploring Toussaint if you're doing that in Blood and Wine. But always nice to have the option to make them if at all possible. A lot of the Grandmaster gears look pretty good in white. It's one of the few options that doesn't make the Griffin gear look completely stupid in my opinion. A lot of people like the white or the black for that. I really hate how the Grandmaster Griffin gear looks, to be honest. It's got the sort of pot-bellied proper armor breastplate, but it doesn't really fit the style of a versatile medium type of armor, I don't think. I just don't like that breastplate in general. But there's no denying it has some of the absolute best set bonuses and stuff like that, especially for signed bills. So anyway, so right, so don't kill these guys. Alright, so I'll listen to his story and stuff like that. Right, so now you've got the Fang. From doing things in that order, you get the Fang, which allows you to lift the curse properly. And that's why you need the key and to be able to get in. Yeah, I remember. So that's why you needed the key. You needed to go, like, you know, underneath, get that key and be able to go and read the stuff in the hut, which gives you the option there then to come and speak to Einar and get that Fang. And the Fang is what allows you to actually properly lift the curse if you want to do that, instead of picking up the werewolf meat from killing Morkvag and feeding it to himself. So you can lift the curse and you can spare him if you want, or him being such a terrible human being, you can agree to help him and take the reward and then kill him afterwards, which is what we're going to do. Haha. I will see your devious, horrible personage, and I will raise it with my own devious, horrible personage. So, right, decoctions have run out now, and we're going to be fighting him soon, so just put those back on. Again, pretty standard, the ones we've been using. Except we have the we've had the Ancient Lesson decoction and the Echidna decoction very, very early, because it came to Skellige early to get the Echidna decoction, which you can do from beating a Red Skull Echidna from the Siren Nest when you very first get here. And it's actually shockingly easy to do, considering how high a level it is, because it's susceptible to bleeding and poisoning. So you can beat it pretty darn easily. Where am I going? Where's the yeah, there's the door. Alright, so woo. We get all this stuff first. And then we can get rid of Morkvag afterwards as well. Right, so you do this bit. These are the bits for the main quest where we're trying to track down Ciri. So there's Pure Skial. Port Skial. Alright, so get all this stuff. Right, so skip through all this. Get all this bit sorted. Right. Right, so skip through all this stuff. Doesn't really matter what you choose to do all this stuff here. There's no point, like, she says afterwards about, you know, he's dead already, so this bit's not helping at all. So, no point really talking to him or anything like that. Doesn't make any big difference long term, as far as I'm aware anyway. So yeah. Right, so that's Nameless all sorted. Skip the cutscenes with Ciri and Zirael. Well, Ciri is Zirael, but Ciri and the mysterious elf. Drowned dead rock. Blah, 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 blah. People turned up. They are pissed that you have messed with their garden. These people are like proper spiritual horticulturists. They are not happy about this kind of crap. So, oh, do I have to go through Ciri's... Is this another irritating... I mean, it's not... I had no choice. Soak through. Yeah, alright. Anyway. So yeah, he's gone, blah, 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 blah. Ciri's like, oh my god, I gotta go. Oh. Right, so we got all this stuff. On we go. Right, so we got to get through all this kind of stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Skip through this. Heal up and all this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, we do have to go through all this stuff.
Like me? No, you wouldn't like that. Trust me.
Do I have to wait for her? Can I just run here? I can't remember. So yeah, we just got to get through this Ciri bit. Again, interesting the first time, not really the... Where's the door? Oh yeah. Interesting the first time, not really interesting on replays or whatever, but... Alright. So we got all this stuff. Whew, bless me. I'm gonna sneeze twice. I always sneeze twice. Right. That's me again. Not been feeling my best. Anyway, right. Skip through all this stuff. Skip through. We don't see old lady boobs. Right. All right. So. Gonna skip through. Honestly. Right, okay. Right, so we're going on with that. Right, so we go for a quick dip in here. Gets you some health back. Right, I'm going to mute it every time I sneeze like I just did then. And hopefully I just need to check the sound still comes through afterwards because it's a bit funny with that stuff. So just recover some health here and then I'm just going to check the stream comes through whilst I sort out the rest of my health from having this drink here. Okay, so that should be alright. So we've got all our health back. Need to get our clothing and sort that. Can't get in there. Where's the other place? Where, there you go. Okay, so we've got all that bit sorted. Now we go meet Skjall. So yeah. Some of the Ciri quests are like, the Ciri quests are really weird, like, I can't figure them out. Some Some of them seem really easy, some of them seem really difficult. A lot of it depends on... I have like a theory that it sort of vaguely depends on how Geralt is set up. Like maybe her damage is dependent on which, you know, the red mutagens and your attack damage and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a bit weird.
I'm not.
Oh, bless.
I
Right, so we've got all the Wild Hunt here. We've got to take out a few of these. See how these are going. This is like, because again, Ciri doesn't have potions and stuff to actually heal herself, so you gotta just dodge around a lot if you want to get your health back and stuff like that. And you do have to take out a few of these guards, from what I remember, before you can actually carry on. So just make sure that you're dodging before you get any hits in. Because if you take any hits, you take like massive damage. Oh, excuse me. It's very irritating, but not a lot you can do about it really. Just gotta dodge and remain patient. As long as you stood still, not doing anything, she will regenerate health, so you can get a bit of distance. He actually hit me through the dodge there, which is insanely irritating. So I don't know if you can just stand away from these guys or if you actually have to take a few of them out, but I seem to remember always having to actually take some out before you can move away, which is irritating to say the least. And now I'm not getting health back for some reason. God, I hate these bits with Ciri, they're so crap. Whatever. I can't remember why I'm not getting health back now. Is there something I have to do specifically, or... Ugh. Why am I not getting health? That's insanely irritating. So how are you supposed to get health back if you can't heal? I was getting health back before and now I'm not, so I'm not quite sure why that is. The mechanics of the series thing, as far as I'm aware, are never properly explained. Like, it's a bit irritating. Ugh, so now I take damage from that stupid ice attack again. Really hate these bits of series. It's like the most frustrating part of the game, so do you. Because it's not like it's not really based on skill. They just hit you with random crap, like, and it's really pointlessly irritating. But especially when she's not getting any health back, so it's like, what can you do about it, really? Yeah, garbage. This is one of the extremely irritating bits. So she was recovering health, and all of a sudden she stopped recovering health, even when I wasn't doing anything, so not quite sure why that is. Ugh. Yeah, this is one of the irritating Ciri quests. I'll just wait for that to reload and try it again. These Ciri bits are like the most difficult parts of Deathmarch because she has no skills. She has nothing that she can do apart from dodge and swing, and like some of their attacks, like I lost about what, quarter, third of my health or something from a Wild Hunter guy hitting me whilst I was dodging, so it's like, it's not even as good as Geralt just hopping about like a nutter when you press B. It's very irritating. But anyway, we'll try and get through the Ciri bit again. Then you've got the horse riding bit after it, where you got to avoid the riders of the Wild Hunt again. You got to kill a few of these guys, and then, you know, go from that. I might try and avoid the hounds and see if I can do it just from killing the Wild Hunt anyway. Still, at least the loading times aren't disastrously long. Oh wait! Right, so let's go through this stuff again. She doesn't have blink yet. Like later, she has blink, which is the dodge, but then later she gets the really good little charge move which you can use, but don't have that yet. I think you only get that for the fight against the crones, if I remember, and the last bits before Caranthir and Eredin. Dodge away from these guys. Ugh. So at least I'm getting my health back again now. Not that that makes any sense, that I wasn't doing last time, but whatever. All of this bit kind of sucks, but yeah, never mind. Yeah, so normally you are supposed to recover health, which is like, you know, when this bit... So I'm not sure why it stopped her recovering health. Maybe there's some particular thing, but I kind of doubt it. I think it's just a bit rubbish in the Siri part, so... Yeah, so again, she's recovering health there, so that's when you can actually beat some of them pretty easily, because she recovers health if you get hit, but like, if she doesn't, you've got like a finite amount of life to use her dodge, and all she can do is dodge and slash, so as long as she's recovering health, I guess it's alright, but like, kind of annoying otherwise. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to go. But obviously when she's not recovering health, it makes it a little more difficult. Never mind. Alright. Let's go. Right, so you got to ride past these things. Just got to avoid whichever side of the sort of track they're on and try and not get hit by them, but again it's a little bit tricky to actually avoid sometimes, so should have enough stamina back there that I can make it for the end now, I think, because they do that much damage if they hit you, so yeah, bit irritating sometimes. Watch the map, don't let them catch up that much. You should be able to make it, so. Alright, so we managed that without too much undue fuss. Apart from that one death. And we got the cave and everything else. Give me 1 sec, I just need to sort something out while we watch this cutscene. Right, so that's that bit sorted. And we've done series quest. Okay, so finally out of that bit. Now I can go and try and check out Mortbag. Alright, so there we go, blah blah blah. Right, okay. Right. Right, so we go through all this stuff. At least Yen sticks up for you.
Yen, you didn't have to do that.
But I wanted to. I'd rather.
Alright, so that's all that stuff sorted.
Where? You must. Grumbling. No.
Right. Let's get through all this stuff.
Do you think Geralt?
Anyway, so we skip through all this, blah blah blah. It might be Ciri, we don't know, blah blah blah. She's not in Skellige. Got all that stuff. Those Skellige quests really don't take that long compared to, like, you know, the whole Velen quest lines and Novigrad quest lines and stuff.
Well, perhaps.
Right, so we go and do that.
Wait, this map.
Right, alright, so got all that stuff as well. Larvik is the last wish. And the next quest that we have to do there for the actual quest is Ugly Baby. So we've got a few, you know, got a bit of a grace period before we can do that. So we've out-leveled some of the other, like, minor quests, but I'm not that bothered about those. You don't get a lot of experience for them anyway. I want to keep it as streamlined as possible for the most part. There's nothing particularly interesting in those quests from what I remember. Not ones I'm ever particularly bothered about doing. But first things first, we do want to sort these out. So still after 6 PM, so that's fine. So I can use the Superior Tonic. I'm just going to have to meditate anyway now. Could mix it up and use something else against this werewolf, I suppose. Let's mix it up. We'll go with Foglet Decoction to get that 25% boost. Got Superior Tonial there anyway. And I'll get the Superior Petri Filter and see if I can actually like burn him with Quen with Igni instead of just relying on you know, the other stuff would do normally. Another iron area there, just grab that. Right, so this is where we should fight Morkvag, I would think.
Morkvag doesn't devour his victims. Strange.
So he should turn up now and I can fight him. Right, okay, so go for this. And hopefully, with the, we can bleed him with the crossbow. And then, with the extra sign intensity from the Foglet Decoction and everything else, hopefully set him to burn in like that, which is very useful. And do a good chunk of burning damage and bleeding damage, kill him from distance without actually, you know, ever taking very much damage there. Yeah, so took him down pretty easily. That's another combination you can use. Just raise your sign intensity a bit, have a higher chance of burning things, and use the enemy's own hit points against them. So, yeah, just got the fangs, blah, 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 blah. Turns him back into a human. Woo, free at last, blah, blah, blah. My reward. Reward, bitch. So you find out that, go to the vulture, but then, yeah, but I'm still going to kill him because, you know, like I say, horrible person. And he deserves to die, so. Oh well, never mind. Sucks to be you. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. So yeah, transform him back. Make sure that you ask him about the reward first. And then you can go and get the reward anyway. And chop his head off. I feel absolutely fine with the moral ambiguity of that, if I'm perfectly honest, so yeah. That's that all sorted. Next time I'm in Novigrad I can collect the reward for that as well. Can I actually unlock this from this side now? Nope. Alright, so that's that sorted. I believe I have to do Last Wish before I leave. And I need to do Possession and Lord of Undvik as well. Because they give really good rewards. Especially in terms of experience. They're some of the highest reward highest experience side quests in the game from what I remember. So we'll be doing those. I've got to Ulderic first. Deal with Possession, and then we'll do Lord of Undvik as well. I do like the Possession quest, but it's kind of obvious that Ceres's plan is fake. Especially because you discussed not knowing what was going on and things like that. It just rings a little bit hollow. It's like very obvious. So I like to do it the actual Witcher way and just kill the Heim anyway. Especially because, if I remember correctly, like this is spoilers if you've not played the quest already, but like from what I remember, you like pretend to kill the baby and then the guards attack you anyway. So like that being the case, you'd have to kill the guards, I think. So you're killing innocent people anyway, even if the baby actually survives. Whereas if you just kill the Heim, nobody actually gets hurt, so it's weird. Weird. Anyway, let's go and find out what's going on with this. We need to go and find Ceres first. Alright, so this quest is kind of interesting though, and as long as you do it, within level, you get like a boatload of experience as well, which is really useful. So go through all this stuff. Alright, so we got all this stuff. Keep going on. Blah blah blah. Heard a cry. Blah blah blah. Very interesting. Yes, yes. I don't know. Skip through all this stuff. She's up at the hut, I think, if I remember correctly. So we'll go find her. Yeah, gotta do just cutting stuff off because that's, you know, that's totes normal. Totes normal. So yeah, we gotta go and find Ceres. So the choice that you make between which ruler affects a couple of things. It's part of the ending for a start, and it also affects couple of options you get in the game. So like if you do choose to have Ceres become the ruler and support her when the choice comes at the feast, then oh yeah, that's locked, then what will happen is you do a little bit with her where you run through a part of the of Krakon Crate's castle, the Skellige sort of fortress or castle or whatever else, and that has a place of power that you'll otherwise never be able to get. So if you want that place of power, you have to support Ceres as ruler. If you do it with Hjalmar, then Hjalmar, after you've completed his quest, I've never actually done his quest because I always want the place of power, but you can get a what's it called? You can get a sword, and the sword has a randomly generated critical hit chance, and it can be up to 199%, which is the highest in the game. So in New Game Plus, when you already have more than enough points for your build and things like that, it is more debatable choice, depending on, you know, if you don't care about the actual ending and you just care about the gameplay, then it can be better to do the Lord of Unvik quest and then support Hjalmar. So that you have a chance to get that sword and get the 199% damage. Now, if you are at like normal levels on New Game Plus, then it's not going to make that much difference because the base damage of the sword will be, you know, lower. But depending on, you know, the other swords that you get, if you started at a high level, it would potentially be worthwhile. The thing that complicates things, and I don't want to go into this too much right now, but is the scaling mechanics is weird on New Game Plus. So because New Game Plus wasn't originally in the game, they added it afterwards. There used to be a problem where if you started a New Game Plus at a certain level, you would say you started at level 60 and there was a level 45 sword in New Game Plus, then that would be level you start New Game Plus at level 60, so the sword in New Game Plus would be level 105, and you can't equip things past level 100. So when they first put it into place and they added New Game Plus, they didn't take that into account. So you couldn't equip anything that was past level 100. You couldn't use the better swords in the game. So that was like, you know, pretty useless. So they patched that, and they patched it so that everything is capped at level 100 so that you can use any gear in New Game Plus. So say the Toussaint Knight Steel Sword, which is level 48 in the normal game. Say if you started at like level 62 or whatever, that would be in New Game Plus, that would be a level 110 sword, but it's capped to level 100 so that you can equip it. Now you would think that that equalizes everything out, so if you had a level 100 Witcher sword and you had a level 100 Toussaint Knight Steel Sword, they would both have level 100 stats, but that isn't how they actually did New Game Plus. Because of the scaling mechanics that they put in, the Toussaint Knight Steel Sword in that instance, say if you started at level 62, your Witcher swords would actually be 40 levels higher than that, so they would be level 102, and they would have the stats of a level 102 sword. But the Toussaint Knight Steel Sword would be a level 110 sword, so even though so that would have level 110 stats. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Now basically what it means is that if it's a higher level sword in the regular playthrough, it's still going to have better stats at level 100 than a lower level sword. Even though they're both showing as level 100 and can be equipped at level 100, the actual stats and damage will be higher from the sword that is a high level sword in the original game. So it's a little complicated, but what it means is that technically the best damage you can get in Witcher 3 would be to be level 100 in your regular playthrough from a ton of grinding, and then start New Game Plus, and then the highest level sword possible would be level 148 Toussaint Knight Steel Sword, and then your Witcher swords would have level 140 stats and stuff like that. Now it's absolutely unnecessary because the game's quite easy, and by the time you're in New Game Plus, if you're using my build or anything else, regardless of what level you started, you'll be able to wreck Deathmarch anyway. But yeah, that's how the mechanics work. It's very odd, and that also means that there's not as much point getting Hjalmar's sword, because even if it has 199% critical hit damage, it'll have lower base damage because it'll be like a level 120 sword or whatever, comparable to a level 148 one. If you started New Game Plus at level 100. So I hope that kind of makes sense, but weird. Yeah, so we got all this stuff like that. Now we're just going to skip through this quest, save this guy from what is not the gods telling him to cut stuff off or stab his eye out or whatever else. All the other stuff instead. So we're going to go and find this stuff. Get down here quickly. Just grab a boat and go and do this stuff. So yeah, those level up mechanics are really weird. Shout outs to Clint Benson for helping me figure that out. I mean, I was doing my New Game Plus walkthrough at the time. Nice dive. I was doing my New Game Plus walkthrough at the time, so it was taking me time to go through my second New Game Plus playthrough. And I'd actually started that one at a higher level than my previous New Game Plus playthrough. So I would have figured it out, fortunately. But he had done it first because he had noticed this, because he had done his playthrough before I had, so that was interesting. Yeah, good job, Clint. But yeah, very interesting. Can't be bothered with that hidden treasure right now. Maybe I need it for something, I can't remember. I might as well get it while I'm here. Apply these now. Whoops, wrong potion. Oh well, never mind. I'll just get that health back after the toxicity dies off with the kidney decoction and stuff. Still got the cursed oil on here, but I didn't actually use any of it, so not much point there anyway. Right, so that's all that sorted. Oh, there's a lot of those. Another 3. Oh no, just another one. One's underwater, that's not a problem. Okay, so... Ah, and another one. Set him burning again. And a little parry to finish off. Parry for the flourish at the end. Okay, so... Actually, I think I remembered that you do want to get the key before you do this bit, because the treasure is on this same little boat. Is there anything else you can grab around here? That's it, right? Has that gone dark? Like, you can tell on the map when stuff's been found, because it goes from being bright white to being grey. Yeah, so that's greyed out, that's fine. Yeah, so you might as well do it while you're at this bit, because This is the thing that it's needed for, I think. Nice dimeritium ingot there, that's useful. Right, so now that that's sorted, it's going to continue with the possession quest. He cut something else off, maybe it's his ear or something like that, I can't remember. Trying to avoid the sirens if at all possible. They're irritating and I don't really need to be fighting them at the moment. Just be aware that you can fire your crossbow whilst you are riding the boat if you didn't already know. That helps a lot when you're exploring in the boats in Skellige if you do the undiscovered locations. Not actually necessary, you actually get more money, just more money and more quickly from farming the hand spaces. I've got a video about that if you're watching this on YouTube, check it out if you want to know how to get some more money. But I mean, you should get plenty of money from Toussaint anyway. Even if you just clear the 3 hand spaces normally, you can get like 60 or 70 grand over the course of that, which together with the money that you can get throughout the rest of the game should be more than enough to get the 3 levels of the room right and all of the Grandmaster sets if you craft them correctly. They take roughly 20 grand each, something like that, and the Manticore gear is a lot cheaper still because it only uses normal stuff, so normal dimeritium and things instead of enriched, so yeah, absolutely fine. So let's have a look. Skip through this stuff. Gods are talking to him, blah blah blah. They only talk to him when you sleep. You see them once. It looks suspiciously like a Heim. Go figure. So yeah. Right, we're going to go through this stuff. Gods don't like light, they don't like suffering or whatever else it is. They always demand a sacrifice or suffering. Right, so this is not actually the gods at all, it is a Heim. So we're just going to go through the options like that and all that kind of stuff. Very, very dangerous, guilty conscience, blah, 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 blah. Right, so Witch's Way. Got to go through it like that and then go through that. So... okay, so they're notoriously hard to fool, we know that already, yet they fall for this fairly weak ruse that you can see right through, but yeah, whatever. Ulrich will be fine, he always survives, don't worry about it, so yeah. Nope. Going through, no, skip through, I ain't trying, no, skipping through. Right, okay, skip through again. Yeah, anyway. Wait, what? No, I don't want to trick him. Why am I trying to trick him? I don't want to trick him. I can't remember what option it just picked there. Whatever. We'll see. Get through it anyway. The Heim's pretty easy to hurt. Is it a relic or is it a... I can't remember if it's a relic or if it's a thingy. See, you get loads of experience for this, so... Is it a relic or is it something else? I think it'd be a Spectre, right? Yeah, it's a Spectre. That doesn't surprise me. I would have expected it to be a Spectre, but I thought for some reason it might be something weird, but it's not.
Solid craftsmanship. Fitter must have been from the continent. No.
Yeah, nope, not possible. Yeah, damn right scared. I'm gonna kill you anyway, you son of a bitch. Mm-hmm.
An old cradle. Must have belonged to Udalric or Aki.
Not tricking it, I'm just going to kill the thing as long as it gives him. Nope.
No reason.
Right, alright, so let's get all this stuff done. Yeah, because if you do Ceres's way, I'm pretty sure like you like throw the baby in the oven, which is like really obvious that you're not doing that anyway. But then I'm pretty sure his guards attack you, so like it's like a Witcher versus 3 guards. And if it's a Witcher versus 3 guards, then you have to kill them, and it's like, or at the very least injure them. So it's just like, you know, It's just stupid. Anyway. Right, let's go. Just does not make any sense. Anyway. Get through this stuff again, run all over here. Alright, so. Get all this stuff going. So after this will be level 21, so we'll probably get another level from the Lord of Unbit quest, because you get a ton of experience for that as well. But at least we'll still be in the level range when we do that, so we'll get proper experience from it. So that's really good. Should just about balance those out. And then I can go and do the Uma quest if I wanted. Maybe pick up another couple of the quests like the short one, Mysterious Tracks in Velen, whilst they're still in level. So we'll get all these. Sort all those out. Alright. Let's do this.
So, only need I'll let me just so let
Right, so we're just going to go and do this. And go through all this stuff. Like the torches, let's go. We want the Moondust Bomber this, from what I remember. Really good against spectral enemies for the most part. And even if it's not, it doesn't really matter. Right, so get the bombs ready. And then go. Come out, you ugly beggar. Can you actually burn? I bet you can't bleed this thing. It's like a ghost. But you can. That's funny. Get fudged. Oh, it's not really very susceptible to... that's a slight problem. Oh well. I'll just have to keep going up a little bit then. Right, so this is where it's teleporting. Make sure that we get that on it. There's the Northern Wind. I actually had the Moondust ready, but whatever. And that'll stop it from moving at least. Igni not really doing anything to it. What about Axie? No, doesn't really get stunned, so that's fine. I'll just use them to get a bit of stamina regeneration, which I've got already, and then a couple of uses of Axie should sort that out as well.
I had a feeling I'd need the axe. Calm down. You can do this. Torches.
Take this thing out. Normally you fight it downstairs actually, but like I seem to remember fighting it downstairs at some point, but like whatever. It's pretty easy to dodge, as you can see. Yeah. It takes a ton of damage as well, so.
Listen.
Right. Let's kick this thing's ass. Fortunately, I'd lit those torches already. Get a few other potions ready. So I can get a bit of adrenaline to do extra damage from the Superior Maribor, and then recover my health with the Swallow as well. And every time I put Quen on with my already high stamina regeneration, I will be able to get a bit of health back from the Echidna, and that'll be pretty easy. So where are you, ugly son of a gun? You're almost dead, so yeah, that's why I like doing it the Witcher way. It's pretty easy to kill it. Get screwed. And then we've got that level up as well. Level 21, ton of points available for when we actually want to use them. 600 points, so that's why you want to do these quests whilst they're in range, as it were, while you're still... Because if you get like... if you get 6 levels above, then you'll end up getting a lot less actual rewards and everything else. So that was pretty cool. So that's why it's a good idea to do those quests before you get to higher level. Really important. So we've got Ugly Baby to do, which is the next one there. But we want to pick up the other quests that are still going to be in sort of range. So that's a higher one. We don't have to bother with that. Abandoned Sawmill. Don't really need to do that. There's nothing, you know, particularly heavy about that one. Could do with winning a card from Madman and Crack on Crate, though. I mean, they're just monsters cards, but they are unique cards, so we might as well do those too. Right, what else have we got? Oh, I forgot to get the reward for that. Oh well, get it later. Got the Lord of Unvik quest to do. We've got Last Wish. A couple of others. I think I might just go and get these Gwent cards out of the way. Because this is going to be a slightly shorter episode. I'll not have time to do the full Lord of Unvik quest. So I'll probably kick off doing that at the start of the next episode. Inventory still quite nice and empty. Don't have to bother about getting rid of a load of stuff there just yet. You can always kill these goats as well. If you come across goats, you can get the goat hides. They're not as valuable as the other hides really, but you can always grab them if you wanted. Same for the pigs down here. Although it might upset the guards. Shall we have a try? Yeah, chill out. Just wanted the pork or whatever. And the pig hides. Let's go and play some Gwent. Woo! Can we play Crack yet, actually? I don't know if we can play Crack and Madman yet. I think we can, but I'm not 100% sure. Find out. Always nice to finish off with a bit of Gwent. So yeah, this is going to be a slightly shorter episode. It's not going to be stretching to the sort of 2 hours for the other ones, due to time constraints and things like that. But that possession quest, really interesting one. If you want to fight the Heim, you can do it like that. If you don't want to fight the Heim, you can use the ruse, and I believe you still get the ton of experience for doing it that way as well, because I did that the first time. And like I say, you want to try and... The Lord of Unvik and Possession are both level 17 quests, and you pretty much get a level for each because of how much experience you get from them. So you want to try and do those when you're around level 20 for the first one, and then do the second one right after, so that you you know, maximize the amount of experience you get. Like, it's not that big if you like some of these quests that we've got, the side quests that I've not been getting, you'll get like virtually nothing for these anyway. They don't give you like a ton of experience, so it doesn't matter as much if you out level some of those ones. There are certain quests that you really don't want to out level, and Possession and Lord of Unvik are two of those. You gotta be careful with that. It's just you know, rob our good friend here, nick all of his stuff, thanks. Oh, book, yeah, how you doing, old friend? Let me just take all the things from your bedside cabinet and steal your books, yeah. Diary of a Fire Swallow is definitely one of the more interesting ones to read. So it looks like we can play Crack. Yeah! Alright. Get all of these things. He's playing monsters, so we don't really need the 2 decoys. And that's the problem with sometimes having the 2 Commander's Horn in your deck as well. But you can normally get away with you know, beating things anyway, because you'll usually have the spies. If you've got a Biting Frost in there, you're probably better off just having the 1 Commander's Horn in, so you don't get draws like this. But it's very easy anyway. Now, I don't have any of either of the 15 cards. But if I do this, I'll win 7-6 anyway, because Villain Tretameth is incredible. And that puts me in pretty good stead, because I'll have a 2-card lead. And I've got my extra spy there, so I can get a few more cards. And then these will end up, you know, scoring me a ton anyway, so. So they've just used that. I've got more Commander's Horn than I actually need, and I've got 2 medics as well, so. What I'll do is, I can play any 3 of these cards again, because I've got 1 medic, 2 medic, and then a decoy. Now what I could also do is, I could bring back Villain Tretameth and use the decoy for that, so that sounds like a good idea. So I'm just going to make them waste all of their cards. Or at least make them, you know, waste that weather. That's another, you know, possibility there. And then I can Scorch this one. So basically what I can do is I can bring back Villain Tretameth. I can play this card so that I've got 20 now. I don't have to worry about scorching it myself. Play Vil to get rid of these. And just gradually make them like waste out their cards. Right, so now we'll be able to bring back 2 cards anyway. Can rip a clean 32 off their score there as well, because all of those are equal, so they go on as well. And then they've only got 3 cards left, so I can actually make them waste another card as well, because I can use my leader ability, and then I'll very, very easily be able to win. So they can only score 25 even if they were to have passed then, and they can only score 15 in that last round. So having a quick look at it, we've got... Yeah, we can win that easily anyway, so there's no point me even skipping that last round. I could skip the last round, skip to the last round and win anyway, but this is an easy victory, so... Skip through all that stuff. I love the Nilfgaard deck for that, you know. You get like really interesting tactics and stuff. That was like a pretty poor draw, because I don't have the full deck, and it's not... I don't have Relentless yet and stuff like that, so... It's not properly balanced just yet, but it doesn't really matter. Because as long as you don't suck at Gwent... And even if you do suck at Gwent, you can just use Northern Realms, because it's so easy to use anyway. They're about the same in effectiveness. If you're, you know, not the best at Gwent, if you can't quite figure it out, just use Northern Realms. I know plenty of people who do that. Not an issue. I just like using Nilfgaard a little bit because, you know, it's a bit different. You start off with the Northern Realms. It's the one you use for pretty much the whole game most of the time. So, yeah. No bother using Northern Realms as well. So now we can play Schuster. Oh, damn. Ha! Rat bags. That's why you got to be careful taking that quicker way, quote unquote. It is actually the quickest way to get down if you just jump off, but I can never remember which bit of the bridge you're supposed to jump. I hate riding ropes the whole way down, and I was going to say that I wouldn't want to see the loading screen for having to fast travel back down there, but would have actually been quicker as it turned out. Never mind. Never mind. So yeah, just going to quickly skip down. Need to be a bit further right across there. Wait for this to load. It does take its time though. So anyway, after we've done this bit, we'll just get these few cards here. I think, which decks does Schuster play? I can't remember. We'll find out. We'll find out. Right. Okay, so I've just won that. That's why it's auto-saved or whatever else. Run out again. And do this. Got the Gwent difficulty set to hard. Should do, really. Yeah. Always got to add a little bit of extra challenge. Could have married a continental witcher though, could you? Right, let's do this. Whee! That's more like it. Anyway, so now we're going to go and play Schuster. And then I'm guessing Madman Lugos must be available to play already. I'm not sure if you can actually miss his card, because, like, spoilers, he ends up dying at the end, so maybe you have to play him before that. I always play him pretty much as soon as possible anyway. They've done playthroughs with all the decks. The Scoia'tael can be good, but it needs some cards like Milva for it to really, you know, have a decent chance in most games. And you will still sometimes just get overpowered by the other decks, especially because it doesn't have any spies. Nilfgaard and Northern Realms are the best decks by, you know, a fair way. Skellige can be very good, but it's quite boom or bust as well, so you have to be careful with how it's set up. And then monsters, again, it can be usable, but it's a little weaker really, so yeah. Right. Oh yeah, Schuster plays Northern Realms and he has the really good ability as well. Yeah, that's good. Right, so what have we got here? We've got a couple of medics, we've got Scorch. Let's swap the Scorch out. Let me play some of these back, so. At least he's played that as well. So I'll be able to play 2 of these cards back. Should have really played these because I would have got higher scores actually, but never mind. Let's see what we get. I've got Siri like that. Double that up, see if they've got a Scorch. Which they don't. Right, so it sort of depends on what I get for spying that Dijkstra back, so I'll just pass this one. They'll probably play another card and then they'll be ahead 9-7. 8-7 then. After passing. It sort of depends on what I get here, so they'll probably play Villain Tretometh again, so that'll be... I don't know why they played that one. They must have another one of those things there as well. Let's hope we get something good from this one. So they've got Dandelion. So I need to win this round, unfortunately. Oh, right, yeah, because they decoyed Vil back. Okay. Got a Scorch, which they can't play. They've got a Kira, and they can double up on there. Okay, so I win that one. Now all they've got is Kira and the Scorch, so... I don't want to play this one yet, because they've got the leader ability. That they can use to do that as well. So they've got the Scorch. I don't want Dandelion to get scorched. So I'll play whatever card I play now, they will scorch it. And then they will play Kira. And then I should be alright. So I play this one, and this Scorch. The Scorch will be afterwards. And then because I should go last, I'll be alright. So I think. As long as I've got my turn order correct. So they'll Scorch. I have 3, they have 5. And they Scorch Kira as well. So, yeah. Alright, that's fine. I didn't think they'd actually Scorch because I played that 5-1. I thought they'd actually pass, but I mean, it comes to the same thing. So, whichever way you want to do it. That was an interesting game. Now that's that Yavin card's another good one. That's if you're playing the Scoia'tael deck. But the problem with the Scoia'tael deck is it's not as strong as it's nowhere near as strong as the Nilfgaard or the Northern Realms deck either. And you get all the good cards later or from specific quests, which is really frustrating. Or like there are random win ones that you have like relatively low chance of getting as well. So yeah, not the best, but it's a usable deck. I mean, I won most of my games when I was using that. It's just it's nowhere near as good as those other 2 decks. Same for the monsters. Monsters is like you can set monsters up fairly well, but like the actual most consistent leader card is probably either the one that doubles your melee, but that still leaves you open to Villain Tretometh or Scorch or Biting Frost. Or the one that picks any weather card like he had there, where you can clear Biting Frost, because nearly all of the monster cards are melee cards and muster cards, so you have to be able to make sure that Biting Frost clears it, but that still doesn't save you from Scorch or from Villain Tretometh. It does have a good balance of cards though, so like there are a lot of good 4 strength muster cards, and when you get the last vampire, which is the one you get from Madman Lugos, that's a 5 strength one, so they can only scorch that one instead of all of the vampires at once. So if you have the vampires and the Arakas, that 5 strength one protects you from the 5 strength vampire, protects you from scorch or villain or vil. But then I mean you've got stuff like the crones, which are really powerful, but they're all the same strength, so you can easily score 18 with those and then double it to 36 and then just get them scorched or hit by vil as well. So monster deck's not as good for that because it's so melee and muster based. It's a very straightforward sort of bludgeoning type of deck. It's not much clever about it, but I've done playthroughs with all of the Gwent decks, and you win most of your games with all of them. But the Nilfgaard and the Northern Realms are more consistent, particularly when you get Relentless and all the spies, which are the difficult things to get for what's it called? They're the difficult things to get for the Nilfgaard deck, because all 3 of its unique spies are random wins. So Right, so we've got the 2 emissaries there, so I can play these pretty much as often as I want, because I can decoy all of these back and things. He's playing the monsters deck, so the main thing here will just be for me to make sure that he uses that ability as early as possible, and to try and beat them from that. But I'll be able to use these medics, play all these cards as early as possible, win that one, and then play them all back again after. And hopefully win in the last round with that. So I can play another 3 cards back again. I can actually play 4 cards back, so play this again. I really want him to waste that leader ability, because I'll be hard pressed to win a game with them having that. So let's see what they've got. They've got Leshen, 2 Neckers, which is like a terrible draw for them, because as soon as they use that Necker, it's going to draw the other one. So now he'll go down to at least 1 card instead. 2 cards. And then they've got the Leshen as well. So I'll actually decoy this back now to waste a turn without losing a point. And then they'll have to play something else. They've used the leader card there, so now they can't double up whatever they've got as the last one. And I'll be able to play everything back and win in that last round. So I know that one of them is the Leshen, I think. And then they've got whatever their last card is, so they'll play whatever the last one is. Worst case scenario is it's the Arakas or the 3 Crones. And even then I'll win. So it probably was a Scorch or something, which is why they've not played it there. But yeah, I can play all this stuff back anyway. Now I've got 3 cards to play, so okay, so we've completed this one, and that is where I'm going to leave this particular episode. So thank you for watching, and if you're watching on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe, and all that good happy stuff. And thank you very much, and I'll have a good day on the path.